The NFL has been around for a while, and there's been a lot of cool players. Players with so much swag that it seems like they're in a movie. But let's just say that Joe Shiesty is something different.
Was it on your mind when you were throwing at the end for 525?
Maybe.
Although he's about as white as it gets, Joe plays well enough to act like he isn't straight out of a saltine box. My man was cold his entire senior season at LSU, but after taking out Clemson in the Natty, he solidified himself as that guy in college football. Other people tried, and they've all failed, because Joe put together one of the best seasons of college football history. And when you do something like that, let's just say that you can get away with a lot more than the average fellow. The thing about Joe is that he has a weird amount of confidence for a quarterback, especially one who ran a 4.9 40. But he's just one of a kind. During interviews before draft day, you could just tell that he was chillin', and although he knew he was going to a dumpster fire in Cincinnati, my man was so confident as
You got tiger stripes already with LSU and now the Bengals there.
I think I can pull off just about any color.
What he did is the equivalent of running into a brick wall without being worried, something you don't see very often, if ever for someone in his spot. Joe looks like a steroided version of Home Alone Macaulay Culkin, but yet has so much confidence in his game that he talked trash on Dan Patrick. There's a very blurred line between confidence and cockiness, and it's where Joe spends all his time. It's one thing to be confident in yourself, but Joe's confident about his teammates, coaches, and everyone involved, and that's just a sign of being a good leader. Back in the 60s or 70s, there was a different kind of swagger in the NFL, and I gotta say, I think Joe is bringing it back. Joe embodies the old school cool quarterback to a T, and I guess it makes sense considering that his nickname is Joe Cool, just like one of the best of all time in Montana.
Looking, throwing in the end zone.
But not only just that, Joe also dresses like he plays in the 70s. And with it comes a lot of unique swag in the way he looks. Going into one of the most difficult games of his career in Kansas City for the AFC Championship, Joe looked like an absolute G, and played like it as he led his team to a W. Although he wasn't able to win the following game, leading up to the Super Bowl, he acted like it was just normal, something not many second-year quarterbacks can pull off. But it doesn't matter the situation or the timing, Joe is always the same. After beating the brakes off of Baltimore that season, Joe said, and I quote, "This is the NFL. It isn't Pee Wee. They did it to us last year, so no sympathy for me." Other than that being an absolute Chad response, it proves that Joe is locked in and doesn't care about what other people think, which is crazy to say as such a young player. But honestly, with Joe, stuff like this is normal. I mean, he talked the same trash against Jacksonville.
Boy, was that a narrow window.
Hey, that was a dime right there.
If you fast forward to this season, even opposing coaches have taken notice, with Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel saying, "I see the swag. I have a sound place in my heart for swag." Outside that statement being funny as f*** in his own right, it proves that Joe just has a unique swagger. You would think all number one picks would embrace his confidence like Joe, but most choke under the bright lights, especially on a team that has a history of struggling like Cincinnati. Here's the thing though, Joe has always had swag, always showed up whether it was high school, college, or now in the pros, so it's just second nature. There's a whole lot of talented players out there, but not many can pull off the outfits, comments, and swag that Joe brings without even trying. And I think he proves that it doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing, you could have confidence in anything. Joe Shiesty just has it on a different level from all those around him. Joe Burrow is a one-of-a-kind person, not even just player, and so I think he could have a one-of-a-kind career in Cincinnati.
Almost got me.
Thanks for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below stuff you want next. But anyway, see you all soon, and peace out.